What's up? This is Terrell Owens.
This is Pooch.
This is O'Shea Jackson Jr. and you're listening to the R&B podcast. Act like you know.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. Well, I had a long day. Not really trying to go out. Baby. But my lady got all dressed up for a night on the town. But that ain't going down. See now, baby, I got some stats for you. I know some real players who can spit some facts for you. Teach you how this game go down. As they analyze the winners, they might shout my name out. Cause you
That's what we do. This is our house.
We fast. And we gonna hit him in the mouth. You don't like it 100?
This ain't the show for you.
Oh, man. Are you
Nate,
for real with that mic?
Nate, bro. I'm speechless, man. Out
I
here,
know you're speechless.
Super Bowl City, the crowd is
we
going
got the
crazy.
crowd out here. We got the people supporting the
Oh, man,
podcast.
it's a movement, man.
We got
an
an intro song. Now we visually got the intro.
Yeah.
We got our cameraman on the steady coming through right now as we speak.
Hey, man.
Hey, this
we
is a
just some
movie.
young cats trying to
Now,
get
hey,
down,
this just turned
you know?
into a movie.
Yeah.
I lightweight got emotional watching that intro.
Hey, man. Hey, man, welcome to the Super Bowl, Nate.
Man, welcome to the R&B podcast Super Bowl 50 edition.
There it is, man. There it is, man.
We
Look,
live from the huddle here at Super Bowl City in San Francisco.
Man, we're gearing up for the main event, man.
Yeah.
Super Bowl 50.
Yeah.
It's like your sports show meeting. What a time to be alive. Future and
Ooh.
Drake. Come on, dog.
That
We
Drake?
turn up.
Okay,
We turn
I
up.
can dig that. Hey, listen,
man.
coming up on today's show, obviously we're going to preview the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about the picks. We're going to talk about MVP possibilities.
I got that heat for you. Nate,
Yeah.
get me there, bro.
Get
me there,
I got
bro.
you. We got the veteran OG cornerback, Charles Peanut Tillman joining the show.
OG, dog.
In line to get possibly his first Super Bowl.
Man, he would
He
deserve
came
it.
in with me,
He would deserve it, man.
deservedly so. We got him on the show. We're also gonna spit a little something. This is the R&B show, so I wrote a little something. Just a little spoken word.
So look, I've been trying to get people to
Okay.
tweet me, write me a verse or something.
Right.
And you was writing your own verse the whole time.
Yeah, but I mean, you wasn't asking me to write a verse for you. You was asking the people
Come on,
to write a verse
Nasty.
for
We
you.
don't roll like that, dog.
Listen, you supposed to be the hype man. Back me up. Hype me up.
I got you, dog. I got
All right,
you,
so,
man. I got you. Hey, you gonna talk a little Calvin today, huh?
We're gonna talk a little Calvin.
Man, what's up, dog?
And we're gonna jump right into it. We talking Calvin right now, right out the gate.
What's up with him, man? Look,
First
check,
topic.
check this out, man. First of all, when I heard the news that he was thinking about, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a bargaining chip. I thought he just wanted out, man.
Right.
Like, losing can drain you. 9 seasons of losing.
Yeah.
9 seasons. He's been the only bright spot that's been consistent the only time. So I know you're close to him, man. What is he thinking, bro?
You know, it's funny how we say that history repeats itself. And you remember Calvin Johnson doing what he's done over the last 9 years. You take it back even further, you remember what Barry Sanders did when he was
that's
there
true.
and then retired early. I mean, you're looking at the highlights right now. In my era of football, there's nobody that has done it on a higher level than Calvin Johnson. You know, and it's not because I played with him. He's literally one of the best to ever do it.
But did you ever feel like when you was there with him, did you ever feel like he was going to retire early? I mean,
No, not at all. But this is what I will tell you. As a fan, I was surprised, a little bit disappointed when I heard the news that he could possibly retire because as a fan, I want to see Calvin Johnson do what he's been doing for a few more years at least. But that's me being selfish. And me being a friend and a former teammate, I honestly feel like I completely understand if he is going to retire. Because when people ask me, yo, what's the deal? How do you feel? I feel like Calvin's tired. And I mean that in every definition of the word. Tired physically. He's been banged up for the last 5 years consistently. No matter how healthy Calvin tell you he is, because he's such a humble blue-collar individual, he's not going to tell you how banged up he really is.
But does he want that big cap number, bro? I mean, come on. We know this game is about results. You get paid on the results.
Right.
They're not winning, and he carries a quarterback cap number, what, 26 million or something like that,
It doesn't matter, though, Mike. Listen, we've been in this league where we've seen guys get paid for what they've done, not for what they possibly can do. And here's the thing. They rolled the dice when they drafted him and end up getting one of the best receivers of all time. Why not roll the dice right now and try to woo him back, get him back, and tell him how much he means to the city and possibly get him to play 15 games? If Calvin Johnson plays 15 games, He's one of the best in the business, period, hands down.
I feel like if he takes a year off, if he takes a year off, he's gonna come back and feel great.
Yeah.
Because those ankles aren't gonna be feeling the same like they feel right now, right at the end of the season. You know how emotional we get at the end of a season, bro.
Right.
We all feel like we should retire.
Emotionally drained as well.
Exactly, we're drained. And then I can only imagine, bro.
Well,
Detroit, man.
Here's the thing, and this is just me talking as a friend. And
Yeah.
none of this is coming from CJ. If I had something from CJ, I'll tell you, yo, CJ said I can say this. He greenlit me. But all my conversations I've had with CJ over the last 48 hours are private, and they're between me and him.
Yeah.
If he gives me the green light to talk about it, or if he gives me the green light or confirmation on retirement, I will come out and say it. But I'll say this, if CJ retires, in my opinion, he's done. The crazy thing about CJ, it's not about the money, it's not about the fame, it's not about the praise. It's just about playing ball and bringing a championship to Detroit. It just so happens he was the best receiver in our era. And money, fame, and praise comes along with that.
Hall of Famer?
You know, in my mind, when I look at Hall of Famers, I always think double-digit years, like 10 plus, 11 plus, 13 plus. Because you've done it for a long span of time at a high level. If he wasn't a guy that I didn't play with and I didn't see him firsthand, I would say no. But because I know the type of individual he is and really how much he put Detroit on his back, I'm going to say, yeah. There's a difference between putting up numbers and putting an organization on your shoulders for an extended amount of time. And Calvin did that. Calvin made stars out of a lot of people. Matt Stafford's my boy. I love Matt Stafford. I caught a lot of balls from Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
My brand grew because of Matt Stafford as my quarterback. Calvin Johnson made Matt Stafford better. Calvin Johnson helped get some money in Matt Stafford's pockets. Calvin Johnson made a star out of a lot of people around him.
I can't call him a Hall of Famer,
The Randy Moss
dog.
effect.
I can't call him a Hall of Famer, bro.
Why not?
I just can't
Is it because
Now,
9 years? Is it because of 9 years?
No, not necessarily because of 9 years, because I feel like our colleague Terrell Davis getting in, he didn't play double digits or whatever. I feel like he should be in there. You know what I mean? Already. My thing is championships. Championships. Did you affect change? Were you the catalyst for championships? It doesn't matter the position. That's how I wrote it. And it's not like that all across the Hall of Fame. But I feel like if you're a player, we talk about the greats, bro, and we use the word great too much. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we do.
See, my man got a Calvin Johnson jersey on right there, man. Look.
Yeah, I see you.
We live in LA. That's the support he get. You know what I'm saying? He representing right there.
But
hey, listen. Here's the thing.
Not Hall of Fame.
I
can't give him
understand
Hall of
exactly
Fame.
what you're saying, but I'll ask you this. How many greats do we pay homage to and show respect and give that gold jacket to that never won a championship? There's plenty.
You're right. You're right.
In the NFL, Major League Baseball, and the NBA, I don't think your success post-career or how you acknowledge post-career should be determined by how much jewelry you got in your jewelry box.
Well, then why do we play this game, Nate?
We play to win, but sometimes
we play for championships,
but sometimes
bro.
the organization you're with doesn't allow you to do that. There's nothing against Detroit, but they weren't built like some of the other squads that have been winning over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So you can't blame Calvin Johnson individually. When he first got there, keeping it all the way real, they were terrible.
Yeah.
2 years removed from the time I got there, they had just went 0-16 and then 2-14. So when I got there was guys in the locker room that was telling me, this is the funeral grounds for guys' careers.
Graveyard.
These are dudes wearing jerseys on Sundays for Detroit. And I'm thinking to myself, I have to change the culture of Detroit. And you know who was the catalyst for that?
Who was that?
Calvin Johnson. So in my opinion,
man.
my boy, my man,
Big ups,
is a Hall
Calvin.
of
Look,
Famer.
dog, if you done for real, man, you was a great in this game, man. Heavyweight in this game, man. But look, opening night.
Ooh, to my last night.
Yeah, last night.
Over in San Jose.
Opening night. Yeah, down there in San Jose. I saw you
yeah.
all over the tube, bro. How was it? I went to kind of the media day last year.
Yeah.
This was the first year of opening night. What was your thoughts on it, man? I got some thoughts on it, but what were your thoughts? Keep it 100, dog. All right?
You got some
keep it funky.
influence. Hey, listen, man, you can see the images right here. It was absolutely amazing. Mike, as you know, and the world knows by watching me over my career now on TV, I haven't sniffed the Super Bowl. I didn't sniff the Super Bowl. I got to an NFC Championship game once. So being there, experiencing this type of atmosphere and seeing the fans and the people be so entrenched in the moment. And it wasn't just the people in the stands.
Yeah.
Media personalities like myself felt like little kids.
It
Just
felt like
being
a
around the
prize fight,
stars.
man.
Bro, they introduced everybody on the Golden Gate Bridge. And they came out and, Denver did their thing and they having fun, dapping each other up. And then the Panthers came out, they doing a little
Dabbing, they
dance.
doing their thing.
And then Norman came out on
Yeah.
the horse, they dabbing. I'm like, yo, this is live right here.
My only thing is, don't get me wrong, I thought it was a great event, man. And it seemed like I tweeted, they showed across the screen earlier, I tweeted that it was like a prize fight, a weigh-in, where guys are kind of looking at each other. It's a spectacle.
Yeah.
And it's good for the league, man. You know what I mean? It's good for guys' brands. Guys can, get a chance to talk about more things than football.
There's your tweet right
at
there.
the opening night. Yeah, man. But I tell you one thing, as a player, now that's something added that you have to prepare for.
Yeah.
Like, you have to prepare for opening night, which
Yeah.
is media day. Like, I tell guys all the time, man, they're going to ask you a bunch of crazy questions. You're going to be, I was asked about midgets, ponies,
What?
Lucky Charms, some crazy stuff. You know what I mean?
Midgets, ponies, and Lucky Charms?
Yeah, all in the same sentence, bro. It's crazy. But anyway, that's a whole nother podcast. That's a whole nother
okay,
podcast.
so let me ask you this, Mike. Now, I was there last night. And,
Yeah.
I was working on the other side, not a player, but
Yeah.
working for the NFL Network, right? You were in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
You've been there. You
Yes,
got
and
this thing
I'm
right,
blaming.
here, right?
Yeah.
How did you prepare for media night? And did it have an impact on your week in getting ready for the game?
Well, I play fullback, Nate. So, by nature, I'm of service. By nature, I deflect praise to my running back, or I
Right.
deflect praise to my quarterback and my offensive line.
Right.
But I tell you one thing about Pete, man. Pete said, embrace the moment. Have fun. You may not ever get back here.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Media day, all the questions, go crazy on them.
Yeah.
And
You used to catch the ball too,
Come
Mike?
on, man. I can do that. Come on, man. You see that? You see that?
I see
Anyway,
that.
but Pete, he told us to embrace it. I feel like if you don't embrace it, if you say, oh, it's a it's bad, it's a bad thing, and this, that, and the third. If you make it a big deal as a player,
Yeah.
it becomes a distraction. All the media becomes a distraction. You got to understand that, and guys have to understand that the media is here, and they're only going to put out what you say. You can't get frustrated. And these media nights and stuff, guys get frustrated. I was happy how Cam answered his questions.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was happy how he freestyled at the end of it. You know what I mean? I was happy how Peyton handled his press conference. He handled the questions, deflecting all the questions. The funny thing about Peyton, he won't tell you whether he's going to retire, right? But all the signs look like he's going to retire.
Right.
Everything he gives you little things here and there to let you know, man, this is going to be my last rodeo, man.
Right. All right. Now, before we move on to this next subject, I'm going to put you on the spot real quick.
Okay.
In one word, describe that feeling you had when you won the Super Bowl.
Oh, man. It's hard to put into words,
I know,
right?
that's why I wanted to
it
put you on the
is
spot.
because, Nate, you work so hard, man, for so many years. Since I was 5 years old, watching Joe Montana drive down against the Denver Broncos to win it, 89 Super Bowl. I think it was 88 or 89 Super Bowl. You all those memories rush to you, and you like, I'm at the pinnacle. Everybody is at home across the world watching us celebrating this confetti right now. And my next thought was, how can I use this platform that I've just created, my team, and that we worked so hard that we've just created for ourselves, because now your name is in what we call indelible ink. It ain't going nowhere. You're a champion forever. You see what I'm saying? Transcends time. People gonna still talk about you. You get what I'm saying?
I get it,
I
bro.
wanted to use my platform to bring other young people up, other guys up. I spent some time last night talking to some of the Denver Broncos. I saw them out getting something to eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some of these young guys, man, they just asking me, how does it feel? Like, what am I going? The first play, what is it gonna feel like, Nate? I didn't catch my breath till the second quarter. From the first kickoff.
Bro, hey, listen, it ain't the young guys that want to know how I feel. I'm 34 years old, and I am damn envious, bro. Like, dead serious. Just hearing you guys talk about that, it gives me goosebumps, man, because I didn't get close, but I live vicariously through the guys that have been there and done that and won that. So,
Man,
I'm always
appreciate
going
it,
to commend
man.
you for that, man. That's an awesome thing.
We got next,
jump,
dog?
let's
What we
jump
talking
into
about
this
next?
quarterback conversation.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. So I want you to fill in the blank, and then
Okay.
I'll fill in the blank. If the Broncos win the Super Bowl, Peyton Manning is.
Ooh. And he may already be, but I'm gonna say immortal. Immortal.
Okay.
I mean, he's gonna. He's already up there in the annals as far as statistics.
Okay.
But you talk about multiple championships with different teams, multiple MVPs with different teams. The game follows him. He sets the bar.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And the guys that I know that's been on his teams, he's the general. And I think he wins another Super Bowl, man. He can ride off into the sunset like I did and don't even look back. Because, again, he's going to be able to get paid. He's going to be able to do whatever he wants because of his immortality.
I like that.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm going to say if the Broncos win, Peyton Manning is top 3 of all time.
Just top 3.
Just top 3. Well, I feel like giving him that top 3 spot is a solidification of his immortality, like you said, because when you're talking Tom Brady and whoever else you want to put.
So Tom Brady, Peyton Manning.
Nah, that's not the conversation.
Okay. I ain't gonna put you on the
Peyton
spot.
Manning. But I do got Tom Brady in my top 3. But on the flip side, if they lose, he falls in my top 10. So it's a big difference in how I view him, my perception. Do I still think he's one of the best to ever do it? Yes. Did he change the game? Yes. Is he one of the hardest men to game plan for? Yes. It's just the fact that he would have went to 4 Super Bowls and only won 1. Now, I got on the show and said that shouldn't be a reason why you don't stamp the approval on his career, because just getting there, to me, is enough.
Yeah.
But he will have that tag or that stamp that he didn't win the big game as many times as he should. So that's how I'm a flip
I
that
dig
when
it.
it comes
I
to
can
Peyton
dig it.
Manning.
I can dig it,
Now,
man.
Let's go on the flip side of things.
Okay.
Let's go to the other sideline with Cam Newton.
If the Carolina Panthers win the Super Bowl, Cam Newton is.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Go
and
ahead.
answer
You go
this.
first.
If the Carolina Panthers win the Super Bowl, Cam Newton is the best quarterback in the NFL.
He already is, bro. Right now.
I'm not talking about this year MVP tag. I'm talking about he has taken the spot of whoever you might think. For me, it's been Brady for so
Nate.
long.
No, Nate,
I'm talking
you can't
about
say that,
right
Nate.
now.
Nate, you can't say that. I'm not gonna let you go. I'm not gonna let you go down that path. You know why?
No,
You're my
I'm
brother.
going down this path.
You're
I'm
my
just
brother.
saying, listen, you're only as good as your last game of your last season. So
You
I'm
right,
saying
dog.
going into next year, going into 2016 season, Cam will be labeled the best quarterback in the game, and he's either going to have to play terrible to lose that spot, or somebody's going to have to play better and knock him off the top of the mountain.
Nate, you talk about Tom Brady, 13 consecutive years.
I'm talking about in the game
playoffs.
now. We're not talking about resume.
Yeah,
Mike.
I understand that, but he just got out a
Mike,
week ago. What I'm saying
you
is
gonna
he's
let
almost
me
40.
answer my own
He's still
question my
doing-
own way?
No, because I'm not going to let you go down that path.
I'm down
bro.
that path. I'm already down the rabbit
Don't
hole.
do it to
okay?
yourself, man.
It's a wrap. You go ahead and answer the question then. If the Carolina Panthers win, Cam Newton is.
If Carolina wins, Cam Newton will validate. You know, listen.
All right.
He will validate
Okay.
that style of quarterbacking and leadership.
That's not already validated, Mike?
No. He's the only one to really do it. He's talked about it, Nate. Let's get into it. He's talked about it, Nate. I mean, let's
Okay.
just be honest. He talked about the hip hop culture and the influence on that pop culture and hip hop culture has on the league, and that's why his appeal is so much to players.
Right.
Cam can, and I know this because from talking to players in that locker room,
Right.
Cam can go hang out and listen to Future with some of the guys that dig with Future for that trap music
Right.
in one part of the locker room. But he can go listen to what is it?
Little country.
Little country.
Little rock and roll.
Little Rocky,
Maybe a little
Rocky Top,
classical
all of
if
that
that's your
stuff.
thing.
He can do it all.
I can
man,
dig
and to me, that's leadership, man.
Okay.
That's leadership, bro.
But I feel like his leadership is already validated by what he's done this year. But no, I feel you. I like that.
A guy like him has not won the Super
Okay,
Bowl
so
yet.
getting back to what I said, because you kind of
Okay.
jumped on me about that.
Yeah,
about
I jumped on you.
Him being the best quarterback in the league and labeled that and going to next year as that. Let me know.
Now, don't
before
get me
you answer
wrong.
that, when you guys won a Super Bowl, did you feel like you were the best team in the NFL going into the next season? As a team?
Well, you got to understand, Nate, I retired right after that.
Okay, but you know what I mean, Mike. Did you go into the next season after winning knowing, okay, we are the best, somebody's going to have to beat me or we're going to have to play less
Yeah,
than
that's
ourselves?
definitely the mentality. That's definitely the
So
mentality.
I'm saying if Cam wins the Super Bowl, somebody's going to have to beat the Carolina Panthers in the next Super Bowl, or he's going to have to play terrible enough to where we don't consider him the best. Right now, he's clearly the best quarterback. He's MVP. And if he wins the Super Bowl, that's the MVP stamp on top of the MVP in the Super Bowl, which means, in my opinion, you're the best quarterback in the game.
Okay, I'm not. I still don't want you to go down that path, dog.
All right,
you can't.
cool.
You can't do it, bro. Come on, Nasty.
Hey, listen, but hey, we do got Charles Tillman, so
Peanut.
we got
He here
somebody
yet?
that's he's gonna join the show a little bit later.
Okay.
But we do have somebody that's in the locker room and can speak a little bit more descriptively about Cam
I'm telling
Newton.
you, he gonna speak about that leadership.
He's gonna speak about it
all
and talk
that
about
stuff,
it.
man. He knows them, bro.
All right, so let's talk about these matchups, man. Now, I want to talk about the specific matchup with the Denver Broncos DBs.
Okay.
You know, you got Chris Harris, Akeem Talib.
Okay.
Some would say the best secondary in the game.
How
And
would
it's funny because some would say on the other side of the ball is the best secondary in the game. But going up against Chris Harris and Akeem,
like if you personally was going
Personally,
up
me.
against- Okay.
you're going to have to do more than just your traditional routes. They're a very aggressive defense. So at the line of scrimmage, if they're in bump, they're putting their hands on you. Akeem, one of the best in the game.
Yep.
You're looking at the clips right here. I want you to pay attention to his length. I mean, when he's anywhere near the ball, he's going to either try to get his hands on it and pick it off or break it up. I mean, this isn't your typical group of DBs. They're not just out there to stay in front of you. These guys want to get their hands on balls. One of the best in the game at PBUs, like we're seeing right now. Very aggressive on impact when you're running a route. They'd rather the ref throw a flag, warn them,
Okay. Yeah.
than to be passive. So you're going to have to do a double move, which means the quarterback is going to have time. But there lies the problem. Quarterbacks don't have much time. When you got DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller coming off the edge, putting pressure on you, when they're only rushing 3, maybe 4 guys.
Speaking of that front seven, though. And I'm gonna do if I was going up against the Denver Broncos front seven versus Von Miller, you know, DeMarcus Ware, and the linebackers. I tell you one thing, I blocked Von Miller before.
How was that?
And it's one of the toughest jobs a human can have because he's fast. He's just as athletic as you.
Wow.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
His lateral movements are just as yours is. And he has an attitude. You get what I'm saying? He plays with his hands and he has an attitude.
Are you saying he got that dog in him?
You took the words out of my mouth. Big dog. He has the dog in him,
you
bro.
can see it, though. He got that dog in him.
He really can get after it. If I was going up against him, I'm playing 2 tight ends, double wing, or whether it's a tackle, tight end, whatever. You have to constantly double this guy, and you run at him. He's one of the top guys in the league at playing the run, but you get him tired. It's a body blow. It's like a heavyweight match. You want to keep throwing those body blows because if you're down late in the game, if you're the Carolina Panthers, you don't want this guy fresh rushing the pass.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? You set them up for late on in the game, and guess what? Your run's also popping. You keep Peyton Manning off the field. So run the football and run right at those.
So
pass
most
rushers.
people would think run away from him.
No, dude, because you got to think what makes him good is his speed, right?
I
So if
got
you
you.
run away from him like you try to run away from J.J. Watt, he's just gonna run you down.
I like that train of thought.
You see what I'm saying?
I like that.
What we
train
got
of thought.
next, man? What we got next?
All right, let's talk about Josh Norman.
How would you match up versus Josh Norman?
You know, one of the best cornerbacks in the game.
Zone player though.
Within their system, I was just about to
Yeah.
say, within their system, that cover 3, one of the best. The thing about the cover 3 is that if you're long, you have great anticipation, you can get your hands on a lot of balls.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's another thing you got to worry about with Josh. Like, he could come off the edge.
and blitz.
One of the only teams that still have confidence in that corner blitz. That cat
They
blitz.
still run the
It's
corner cat.
understated.
Yeah.
But when you're going to get somebody that has plays cover 3 so well, you have to attack them laterally because they have their deep third, right?
Yep.
So first out the gate, first 15 plays, I'm taking one shot over the top.
Just to let them know I can go
Just
there.
to let them know I need you to respect the fact that we got speed and we can go over the top. Whether you use Emmanuel Sanders and his tremendous ability to run deep routes and high point the ball,
It's Peyton throwing the football.
or
now.
Bebe, where you can throw it up and say, all right, let's see who can out-jump who with Demarius. Because Demarius can
Jump
go up
balls.
and get it.
I get what you're saying.
And then on top of that, you're going to have to be very precise in route running. So we're talking curl routes,
Yep.
deep comebacks. And the only reason I say deep comebacks because there's a moment where a DB knows you're about to run past me. It's 10 to 12 yards. That's their clock in their head. So if I start chopping my feet at 8 to 9, 10 yards, then they know, okay, I can break right now.
So be disciplined on my routes.
Be
You have to
disciplined on my route. And then
with a zone
because you want to run deep curl routes and deep comebacks, once I get to 15 yards as a DB, because he has deep third and no help behind
He gotta
him,
get out of there.
He got to get out of there.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
I'm running, keep discipline. I don't drop. I don't give him no telltale signs. I don't shift my eyes. I don't turn my head. As soon as I get to my break, da-da-da, and I come out. That's what you got to do against Josh. If you do anything wrong, any subtlety within your route movement, he's on top of it.
Dude, if I was going up against this Carolina Panthers front seven, Panthers front seven, you know the Denver Broncos, they run a zone scheme, run game. I love the zone scheme, okay? I had great success, made it to Pro Bowl, Super Bowl, all of that, running the zone scheme. But I tell you one thing, to attack it, where you think the front side is, it's not the front side. In zone running, your backside is your front side.
Explain that to me.
So if I'm running right,
Yeah.
okay, basically my left guard and tackle, they got to cut the defensive tackle and they got to cut the linebacker because eventually that's where I'm going. Zone is pushing everybody to one side, okay, and cutting back behind the cut blocks of the backside. Now, watching film, the Denver Broncos had been great at their backside cutoffs. They have not been great at their backside cutoff. So this is going to be huge. Can they get Kewan Short on the ground? Can they get Star Lotulelei on the ground? We'll see, Nate. We'll see. I don't know.
Now, talk specifically about Luke Kuechly, one of the best in the game. And I mean, it's not just him tackling running backs in the backfield. We know he can go north-south. What's more impressive to me is he can go east-west, sideline to sideline. And on top of that, if he's anywhere around the ball,
his coverage,
he can pick six the thing like we're watching right now.
His coverage, he has a unique ability. People hear me talk about it all the time, to see two people. He can see that number 3 receiver screaming down the middle of the field. He can also see the a dig route coming in behind it, and whether to go to the dig route or whether to sync with this guy screaming down the middle of the field. He has his football IQ. He's a football
savant,
junkie, man.
At the
Stays at the facility all of the time. Yeah. And again, I blocked this guy. I caught him his rookie year. I caught him a few times.
Oh, you caught him young.
You remember? I've caught you.
Oh, that don't count, man.
You know, hey, he was rookie.
That was before he got on his weightlifting regimen.
Hey, before he started eating good, right?
Before he started eating good.
But what makes him good is he's not concerned about the blocker in the run game. He's getting to the ball. You have linebackers that are playmakers. They get to the ball. You have linebackers that are just thumpers. Late in Patrick Willis's career, a thumper. I love to go against him because I knew exactly what he was going to do. Navarro Bowman, Bobby Wagner, Luke Kuechly, Levante David, those guys, they never give you a shoulder. Yeah. They never give you a hard surface. So you're going in there thinking it's going to be an athletic outfit, boom, and they hit you in the mouth.
That's what's up.
It's hard out there, man. It's hard out there for running backs. Come on, man.
It's going to be hard out there for the running backs on Sunday. But next up, we got a very special guest.
Oh, yeah, Peanut here?
My man, producer TD, and the whole R&B crew, they always landing a special guest.
Man.
We got Charles Peanut Tillman coming up on the show in a little bit. R&B.
Let's get it.
Zone intercepted. Charles Tillman. And Charles Tillman makes a beautiful interception. Peanut Nut cuts a punch with his right hand in there.
Charles Tillman running it back. They're not going to get him. Peanut Tillman 10, 5, end zone. Touchdown Bears.
Speaking of that tremendous Carolina Panthers defense, we are joined by the one, the only.
Man, myth, the legend, man.
Charles. Still doing it. Peanut Tillman in the house.
I like that. Still doing it.
Still doing it.
That one caught me off guard. I was like, Charles P. Oh, still okay.
Still doing it. We came in the same time.
Yeah.
You know, I took off the jersey, put the suit on. You still got the jersey on, still balling at a high level, as we saw in the highlights. Appreciate you joining us, brother.
Man, thanks for having me. Y'all two are killing it right now.
You know, it's a movement, man.
Changing the, I like it. I like it, though. Congrats.
Changing the game just like y'all changing the game.
Yeah, trying to.
We talked off camera. It reminded me of us, our team, when we won this ring right here, man. You know what I mean? Y'all having fun. Y'all doing y'all thing. And first question, how has Cam changed? How is he, Cam Newton, your quarterback, how has he changed? How has he matured? What is he like on and off the field, man?
Well, I can't speak about him last year because I didn't know him like that. Yeah. You know, being in the locker room, it's my first year with Carolina. But just from, I guess, if you want to say a mature standpoint, I think he's leading this team. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, I think we all kind of have similar personalities to Cam, the way he's having fun, the way he puts the team on his back. I mean, that guy is hitting on all cylinders right now. There's nothing he cannot do.
That's crazy.
You know, he does this for a reason because the dude he's balling like Superman, running, throwing. Just our offensive line is the one that makes it up. The guy will sit back there and just
that's how
he and look. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got a great supporting cast, man. You know, I can't say he's not doing it alone, but his supporting cast has been amazing.
A follow up. Do you think the quarterback position is going to change because of Cam Newton?
Yeah, definitely. He's a trendsetter. You know, he was talking about it earlier. People don't really understand how he's doing it. He's doing it his way, the way he wants to do it. You know, he's not doing it the conventional way. He's unconventional. Everything about Cam is unconventional. Awesome. You know, from his pants to how he plays the game. And it's all good. You know, he's been himself the whole entire time. And you got to respect that about that man.
Now, we just showed your highlights, and, you know, I've had a great amount of respect for this guy because I was in the NFC North for a long time. Yeah. Had tremendous battles against him in that secondary. I remember when I caught my first touchdown against him. I was crazy excited. Now, yeah, he got me a few times with the peanut punch. But I caught my first touchdown against him. This was like years after playing against him. And I thought I accomplished something because this was the guy we game planned against. Now, I say that to say this. Every week when we got ready to face you, you were at the top of the board. You were that guy. So you know what it's like to have a target on you at the cornerback position. You're playing with the guy, Josh Norman, who has a target on his back. Some may say he drew it on himself. Some may say because he's one of the best corners that he automatically gets that target. What have you seen in Josh, being that you've been at the pinnacle of being the best cornerback in the game? And now some are saying that he could possibly be one of the best quarterbacks in the game.
Right. So, again, didn't know Josh last year, but just what things I've heard, he's matured. You know, I think he's learning the game. And, you know, as you mature and as you get older in this league, the game kind of slows up for you. You understand how teams are trying to attack. You understand splits. You know, a 3-by-1 formation, 3rd and 1, 3-by-1 formation. The guy's 2 yards outside the numbers. What's he running? It's number one receiver. Yeah, stutter, run that slant. You know, so I think he understands the game more, and it's kind of slowing down for him, and it's allowing him to react and not think and just make plays.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Now, rumors have surfaced about my boy Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
You know, you played in that NFC North for a long time. You faced Calvin Johnson many a times. Some say he could be retiring. You sent out a tweet, you know, basically showing, you know, your respect for Calvin and what he's done. And you talked about facing him. What was so difficult about going up against CJ?
Ali Frazier. Ali Frazier, man. I knew when we used to face each other, it was a heavyweight bout, man. And I knew I had to bring my A game coming with him. You know, because when I used to watch my film, he would go out and just kill it. And I knew in order for me to go out and not get killed, I had to bring my A game.
And what was your A game? How did you approach it differently when facing Calvin versus other receivers?
I just tried to win at the line. You know, I really tried to win at the line so I wouldn't have to win down the field, 10, 15, 20 yards down the field. I tried to win at the line. You know, dude is a fierce competitor, man. Fierce competitor. Sad to see him go if he is retiring, but at the same time, hey, man, I wish him nothing but the best. I mean, he's had an amazing career, amazing career. You know, if I had a vote, I know I don't get a vote, but if I had a vote, I would put my vote for him to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I could dig that. That's what's up. That's respect right there.
Checking out your shirt, Wild for Uno. That's who you hear representing on behalf of. Talk a little bit about Wild for Uno, man.
So everybody play Uno, right?
Yes.
Let me get this.
Okay.
So we're Wild for Uno.
Okay.
Basically, you get 3 blank wild cards, and you get to write on them what you want. So right now, we got to draw until you get blue, and then you get to pick the color. Show everybody your hand.
Okay.
And then you get skipped 5 times.
So hold on. It ain't blank, and you write on them.
You write on them. So you playing Uno. You know what? I got my wild card. Bam. You get skipped 5 times.
So this is the new twist.
This is a new twist to Uno.
On the old game.
On the old game. Spice it up a little bit.
I like that.
That's
You
dope.
can put,
I like that.
you know,
man.
you can put whatever. Switch hands. Give me your deck. Give me your hand. All right, give me that hand.
I like
that. Uno. I'm out.
Where can I watch this? Can I watch this anywhere? YouTube, anything?
You gotta go buy the pack, bro.
We'll buy it at the store.
I'm just saying this to see how it go, man.
It go the same way. You must not know. You ain't ever played Uno.
I played Uno, so
It
it's
worked
all
the same way. The game is except the wild card. That's it.
Okay.
That's the only twist to the game.
You can't get crazy with it, though. I can't.
You can do whatever you want to do.
There's no limits to
This
what
is
you
a
can
Whatever,
changer,
whatever
bro.
you want to do to the game,
I
it's,
can
it's
dig
on
it.
you.
Yeah, I gotta get that.
Hold on,
It's whatever you
I gotta
wanna do.
ask, like, how did you get connected with Uno, bro? Like,
Well, you know,
that's
man,
what's
I
up.
got peoples out there, and you know,
got people that
I
know
got
people.
I got people that know people,
Okay, I could dig
and their
it.
people contacted my people. Now we peoples.
I could dig that. Well, listen, hey, we was gonna let you go, but we gonna let you chill with us while we do our game picks.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you straight up.
I know who you gonna
we not gonna say anything that we wouldn't say because you here. So
Right.
we gonna keep it real. Our picks is gonna remain the same. Right out the gate. Mike, who you got?
Why you gonna put me on the spot first?
Who you got for the Super Bowl?
Well,
How long do I got to explain it? Because I don't want him to get mad at me.
Man, just
We boys, man.
Okay, man, go ahead.
Hey, look, man. I think the game is gonna be a lot closer than what people think.
Okay.
Okay. The Denver Broncos defense is
Legit.
balling out of control right now.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest. But they're going up against a guy, a team, an offense that's driven right now. They're having fun. I got the Carolina Panthers squeaking this one out because they're gonna run the football. That's how you're gonna mitigate the pass rush coming off the edge. You're gonna throw them body blows, running power, running counter, and all those types of things. And I just think Carolina Panthers, they're destined this year to do it, man.
Yeah. Well, I like that. I don't need to go in that much depth, but I got the Carolina Panthers.
I like that. Destined.
I just like the fact that when you're matching up the offensive speed of the Carolina Panthers versus that defense of the Denver Broncos, at some point, it's going to be too much for that Denver defense to handle. And I think another factor that a lot of people don't really recognize is that the Carolina Panthers is one of the best momentum teams in the game.
Yeah.
And we don't talk about that much. Once the offense gets going, get clicking, defense makes a play. Defense makes a play. Offense is like, I got to make a play. Somewhere in their special teams comes in there like, we got to make a play.
Accountability, man.
And
That's what
everybody
championship
starts
teams have,
piling
man.
on.
It's accountability. You feel bad if you don't carry your weight.
I feel
Right,
like
you know what
this
I'm
game
saying?
is going to be close to 3/4, and then all of a sudden that momentum that we've seen these guys play with is going to hit the Denver
But I
Broncos.
got to tell you one
like a
thing.
tidal wave.
It's still Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
It's still Tuesday. So tomorrow, Peanut, I'm sorry, man. I may go with the Broncos.
Okay.
He said, okay.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
All
man.
right, so give me your MVP, non-quarterback, though.
Ooh, MVP non-quarterback. I'm probably gonna have to go with Ted Ginn, man. Yeah,
like that.
yeah, Teddy Ginn, man. I think he's a guy that world-class speed. I played against him in college. I had to tackle him on punt. He doesn't have any hips, so you try to tackle him, you just fall right down, okay?
Narrow.
Very narrow.
Very
You know
narrow.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when he gets that head down, man, and he can take the top off the coverage, that's going to open up stuff for Greg Olsen. That's going to open up stuff for all the guys in the intermediate routes, man. I think Teddy Ginn is going to have a big game. Whether it's catching a whole lot of passes deep or whether it's just, again, taking stuff that don't show up in the box score.
Right.
Taking the top off and opening up from other guys.
I can dig that. Is Ted Ginn one of the fastest guys you ever played with?
Yeah. The guy can run like
He
the
got
wind.
world-class
You ever
speed,
seen
bro.
Forrest Gump? It's like, you might not believe this, but I can run like the wind. Yeah, that's him. He can run like
I
the
can
wind.
run like the wind. All right.
When I'm covering him, I literally just like, damn, it's Ted. Say it, and I just take off running.
I'll meet you
I
here.
just take off
That's what
running.
Patrick Peterson did a few weeks ago. You kind of see guys doing that
off
to
running
him.
because I know it's a track meet. I
That's
take off
what's up.
running.
Nate,
All
who
right,
you got,
so
man?
my non-quarterback MVP pick is Luke Kuechly. Just because I feel like you talk about filling up the box scores, tackles for loss, tackles, sacks, and then if he get his hands on a ball and, he can get to the house if he intercepts a rock.
Yeah.
So you figure a guy that can make that type of impact defensively, and he's one of them guys, regardless of, all the different pieces that defense is made out of, he's polarizing. He's that quarterback. So he's almost kind of the face of that core. And if he fills up the stat box, it's going to be hard for them not to give him the MVP unless Cam just goes absolutely bananas, which we are all expecting. So I got Luke Kuechly, man, to
All
get the
right,
MVP.
one last question.
What's up?
All right, Beyonce.
Beyonce performing halftime
yeah,
with
we can say
Coldplay.
that now.
Okay.
She's set to go.
She's
you know
set-
what I mean?
she ready to
Favorite
go.
Beyonce song. You gonna be on this too. Favorite Beyonce song.
Well, let them think about it. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
first. I'm gonna go with "Party" featuring Andre 3000. We like to party because I'm an '80s baby. I like that. It makes me feel like kind of that old school '90s vibe, like SWV. But then on top of that, she got Andre 3000 to rap. Like,
And that's one of the
everybody
greats.
been waiting for him to
Lyricist.
get on the track. So that's one of my favorite Beyonce songs.
I ain't gonna even lie, man. Don't think differently of me. All right.
I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah,
Then.
yeah. Don't think differently of me, man.
I was thinking about it. I was, I like the songs, the video "Single Ladies." I was gonna.
You like
say
Single
that.
Ladies?
Nah, that's respect.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Yeah.
it though. It's respect.
I could dig that. That's one of her best singles of all time.
I like Cater to You, man.
Oh,
Let me cater
don't
to
touch
you.
you something, yeah.
That's
That don't touch you right here.
every
You like,
time
oh.
though. She said something about take your do-rag off. I said, oh, she taking my do-rag off.
Put your shoes up. Let me. Yes.
Hey, when we heard
that's
that,
on my
we driving
iPod.
home from work. I remember I was driving home from the facility. I said, oh, I'm going to get catered to tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I can,
Oh, yeah. That's the song, bro.
That's what's up, man. I could dig that. Hey, we appreciate you joining
Thanks
us,
for
man.
coming on, bro.
Thanks for
been-
having
it's
me,
been a
man.
pleasure.
I'm proud of y'all, though, man. Y'all
Hey, man.
killing it right
Nah,
now.
what's up,
Let me
man?
see that
You gotta-
beat one more time.
You
though.
got to
yeah,
come
yeah.
out to.
Yeah,
It's a
I got it.
possibility.
Possibility.
It's a possibility.
I need to be in that club.
You got to.
I need to be in that
You got
club.
to, man.
That's
Trying to be in
what's
that
up.
club.
Well, our vote says that you guys will be come
I hope
Sunday
y'all
night.
are right, man.
And-
It's Tuesday, though, Peanut.
Yeah.
I can't sit there and lie
It
to
ain't
you,
gonna
man.
change.
It ain't gonna
Don't nothing change.
Nothing change.
Don't nothing change.
But we appreciate it. All I ask is when you do get the ring that you let me see it.
Yeah.
When you come to LA and keep it with us in the studio.
I would definitely do that.
That's what's up, man. Good luck, get healthy, and enjoy this week, man. Soak it
man.
all in.
About to.
Hey, it's been
Yeah.
a long time coming, man. You did a lot in
Thank
this
you, sir.
league. One of the best to do
OG,
it.
man.
And you
OG
deserve to
style.
be here, bro.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
what's
That's
up.
it for this week's show, man. What's
That's
up,
it.
Nate?
That's it. Oh,
We did our thing,
we
bro.
did our thing.
Yeah.
You
You got something for us?
okay, I
You
wrote
got
a little
something for
something.
us?
I wrote a little spoken word.
Yeah, yeah. See,
You know,
Nate
this
does
is
a
the
lot
R&B,
of
so this is
this.
what we do.
Got a
Let me see
little
what you
spoken
got.
word. Come on,
This
Nate.
is how we going to put it in, like this. All right. R&B got it covered. From Santa Clara to San Fran. Football fans out here kicking it, something like Van Damme.
Oh,
Better enjoy the week, because Sunday coming up quickly.
kickboxer.
So I hope you got your tickets ready for Super Bowl 50. Battle for the ages, in the battle of the ages. Peyton closing the chapter, Cam still writing pages. Panthers been dancing, dabbing since day one.
Dab.
Cam rocking number 2, but his game is A1. And that
sauce.
defense confident. It don't mean they bragging. Creating turnovers like they seen what play you picked on Madden.
Apple.
But the Broncos D, they ain't nothing to play with. DeMarcus Ware off the edge and Von Miller stay lit.
Like a fox.
And they could have one of the best secondaries peak the squad. Chris Harris, Keith Lee, and TJ Watt. Listen, the offense started with Peyton, then went to Brock. Manning a backup, boy. We was a shot.
I wasn't.
So he came back strong and proved he wasn't done yet. We'll see if he get that win and right off in the sunset. See you guys Sunday.
R&B podcast.
Drop the mic. I walked
Drop the
away.
mic.
I done walked away.
And that's R&B flavor.
I'm sorry. I limped away. I limped away. You dropped the mic and I limped away.
That's what's up.